7 popular symbols we don't know the meaning of. Every day, we encounter thousands of signs and symbols. We use some of them to express our strongest feelings when we can't find the right words. Have you ever wondered about those symbols' origins, and are you accurately using them? Here is a selection of some of the most famous symbols, for instance, the Bluetooth symbol, the meanings and origins of which remain a mystery to most people. Symbol number 7. The ampersand. The ampersand symbol represents the Latin conjunction et, which equals the English word and. Such ligature was first invented in ancient Rome by Tiro, Cicero's secretary. To speed up writing, Tiro invented a system of abbreviations which became known as the Tironian notes. Many centuries later, the ampersand became so popular in Europe and America that, for a long time, it enjoyed the honor of concluding the English alphabet. It only began to be omitted in the early 20th century. The actual word ampersand is a contraction of the phrase and per se and that teachers used to say after reciting the alphabet from A to Z. Over time, the letters E and T have merged into the symbol we use today. Symbol number 6, the heart symbol. In this case, things are even less straightforward. Despite the widespread belief that love resides in the heart, everyone knows that the shape of the real human heart has little in common with the symbolic representation. However, there are several theories about the symbol's origins. 1. When courting swans approach each other in the middle of a lake, their shapes merge into a shape similar to the heart symbol. In many of the world's cultures, these birds represent love, loyalty, and devotion because swan pairs stay together for life. 2. Another hypothesis says that the heart symbol initially represented the feminine form. Supporters of this theory argue that the symbol depicts the shape of the female pelvis. The ancient Greeks were known to attach special significance to this part of the female anatomy, and even went on to construct one extraordinary temple to the goddess Aphrodite. It was unique because it was the only temple in the world in which people worshipped the buttocks. Oh yes, you read that right. 3. There is also a theory stating that this symbol represents the shape of an ivy leaf. On their vases, the Greeks usually included ivy leaves in drawings that portrayed Dionysus, the god of winemaking and patron of passion. Symbol number 5, the medical symbol. Not many people know this, but the symbol of medicine, a staff with wings and 2 snakes, was first adopted by mistake. According to legend, the Greek god Hermes, in the Roman pantheon Mercury, possessed a magic staff, the caduceus, which looked precisely like the modern medical symbol. The caduceus had the power to stop any disputes and reconcile enemies, but it had nothing to do with medicine. The truth is that, more than 100 years ago, US military doctors confused the caduceus with the rod of Asclepius, which looked similar but had no wings and only 1 snake. Since Asclepius is the ancient Greek god of healing and medicine, the mistake is quite understandable. Subsequently, the symbol has taken root and is now used to represent medical confidentiality. Symbol number 4, the power on symbol. The power or power on symbol can be found on practically any device, but few people know about its origins. As early as the 1940s, engineers used a binary system for representing specific switches, where 1 meant on and 0 meant off. In the following decades, it has transformed into a sign that features a circle, 0, and a vertical line, 1. Symbol number 3, the peace symbol. The peace symbol, also known as the Pacific, was invented in 1958 during the protests against the use of nuclear weapons. The symbol is a combination of the semaphore signals for the letters N and D, standing for nuclear disarmament. In the semaphore alphabet, the letter N is transmitted by holding 2 flags in an inverted V, and the letter D is formed by holding 1 flag pointed straight up and the other pointed straight down. Superimposing these 2 signs forms the shape of the peace symbol. Symbol number 2, the OK sign. Most Most people interpret this hand gesture as the equivalent of the words all right or okay. However, it is not perceived as something positive everywhere. For instance, in France, the gesture denotes that the person at whom it is directed is a zero, a nothing. Also, there are several theories about where this gesture could have come from. 1. It's believed that the OK sign originated as a visual supplement to the abbreviation of Old Kinderhook, New York, the birthplace of the 8th U.S. President Martin Van Buren. During his election campaign, Van Buren adopted an alias that sounded like the first letters of his hometown's name. The slogan of his campaign was Old Kinderhook is OK, and the posters portrayed a person showing the OK gesture. 2. Another similar hypothesis states that the 7th U.S. President, Andrew Jackson, used this expression when finalizing his decisions. He often wrote all correct in the German manner all korrekt, or simply the abbreviation OK. 3. Another theory says that the OK gesture by itself is nothing other than a mudra, a ritual gesture in Buddhism and Hinduism. The sign symbolizes learning, and many Buddhist artworks depict the Buddha making this gesture. Symbol number 1. The Bluetooth symbol. In the 10th century AD, Denmark was ruled by King Harald Blåtand, a historical figure famous for uniting Danish tribes into a single kingdom. Harald was often called Bluetooth since he was a known lover of blueberries and at least one of his teeth had a permanent blue tint. Bluetooth technology is designed for uniting multiple devices into a single network. The symbol representing this technology is a combination of two Scandinavian runes, Hagal, or Hagalaz, which is the analog of the Latin H, and Bjarken, a rune that equals the Latin letter B. These two runes form the initials of Harald Blåtand's name. By the way, a first-generation Bluetooth device was colored blue and, yes, you guessed it, resembled a tooth.